Welcome everybody, and if everybody, we've got some seats right here in front. I know most people don't like to sit right in front, but we've got like 7 empty seats up here, so make yourselves at home. For the late ones, I say. Okay, well first of all, welcome everybody. This is a really special day here in the city of Redondo Beach, and my name is Mike Jin, and I have the honor of serving as mayor. And you know, these types of days don't come around too often, because building a new building, and I think particularly a new library, is something that's really takes a whole community. And I think when you look at the number of folks that are here, today's the day of celebration, not only for all of you who have been involved with this project for many years, but for those that are no longer here as well. Because this project has spanned almost a decade, actually, over a decade. There's a number of folks that are here I'd like to introduce, so if you'll bear with me, we've got a lot of folks to recognize from the elected officials that are here. First of all, from Councilmember District 1, Steve Aspen. Steve, thanks for being here. Thanks, Steve. Councilmember from District 2, the Honorable Chris Cagle. Chris, thanks for being here. Councilman from District 3 and our Mayor Pro Tem, Pat Oz. Pat, thanks for being here. Councilmember from District 4, and whose district we are in today, Councilmember Steve Deals. Steve, good to see you. All right, and Councilmember from District 5, Matt Kilroy. Matt, thanks for being here as well. I thought I saw, is Ernie O'Dell here? City Treasurer Ernie O'Dell. Thanks, Ernie, for being here as well. I don't know if I saw Eleanor Marzano, our city clerk, or Mike Webb, our city attorney, but they are our other elected officials. Let's give them a big hand as well. We are also honored to, all right, good cue. We're also honored to have representing our state assemblyman from the 53rd District, Ted Lieu, Irving Pacheco. Irving, where are you? Irving, thanks for being here as well. Okay, I'd like to proceed on with the program at this point. We've got a number of folks that are here that would like to say a few words and really commemorate this historical and special day with us. So, first of all, various members of the community. First of all, our council member from District 4, Steve Deals, come on up.
Well, thank you very much. I am a new father. I have my son here. It's his second outing. His first time at the library was the last day of the actual library. I'm a bifocal daddy. I'm an old guy with a new kid, and I can't read my speech. So I ran out of the house a couple minutes late and didn't grab either my wallet or my glasses. So, but as Mike said, this is a community project. This has been a culmination of many, many years of effort by many, many, many people, hundreds of people, more people than are here, including, oh, thank you. Including my predecessors in this seat, including many people that have been on the city council in various places and levels of city government, including city staff, and people that are not with us anymore, including Marilyn White. So this is something that the entire council came together on currently and from the past. And I'm just grateful to have a small part in it. It happens to be in my district. We got to a frustrating point where it was go or no go, and we managed to pull the trigger and make it happen. So I want to thank everybody involved, the hundreds of people that have raised hundreds of thousands of dollars from the private sector, donated your hard-earned money that you don't have in your pocket anymore because it's in the library's bank account. And then, of course, thanking my fellow council members for uniting on this, because it wouldn't happen without them. So I guess that's about all I have to say. I'm not going to put, well, I'll put these on just for comic relief. There you go. Hey, these are pretty nice, actually. So, you know what, one other thing, I actually campaigned, I had a very formidable opponent when I campaigned, and he's worked very hard in the Library Foundation. 4 years ago when I campaigned against Lee Fink, and he's been a great ally for this project as well. Everything from the Dolphin Dash and donating hours and hours of his time. So yes, there have been hundreds of thousands of dollars donated, and I don't know how many thousands of your hours. So and just think how many thousands of hours people will spend enjoying and learning in this new facility. So again, I thank you all very much.
Thanks very much, Steve. We are very fortunate to also have here representing our great school district and the great work that they are doing, the Honorable Todd Lawrence, the President of the School Board. Todd, thanks for being here as well. And I want to note, Councilmember Deals is correct in that this particular project has spanned other council members as well. And we have some former council members here that have been supportive of this project, both when they were on the council as well as currently as well, now that they've retired from council. But first of all, former District 5 Councilmember John Parsons. John, thanks for being here. He's also chair of our Chamber of Commerce. Got a band up here too. We former council member from District 3, Don Zerlich. Don, where are you at? Don, thanks for being here as well. I hope I caught everybody there. Okay. Next, I'd like to introduce Madam Chair, the Chair of the Library Commission and President of the Friends of the Library, Miss Ruth Teewald. Ruth, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you. You know, I've been going to libraries for as long as I can remember. And I remember when I got my first library card, it was a really big deal. And when my husband and I moved to Redondo Beach 18 years ago, one of my very first things to do was come to the library and get a library card. And you know, it still feels like a big deal. And this card is probably the most important and most used piece of plastic in my wallet. When I come to this library, I always like to look around and see who else is coming here. And of course, there are a lot of kids and teens, retirees, and middle-aged working men and women. And they all come here and they use their library card, and they really use this library. And we're going through some tough times in our country, in our state, in our city, and we have to make tough choices. What is a need and what is a want? And it probably could be pretty tempting to just put a new North Branch library on the back burner. But you know what? Library use is up. During hard times, people use libraries. Pete Hamill writes for the New York Daily News, and he wrote a column, and he said, in hard times, libraries are more important than ever. Human beings need what books give them more than any other medium. Today, with books and movies more expensive than ever, free circulating books are an absolute necessity. They are quite simply another kind of food. For those without money, the road to the treasure house of the imagination begins at the library. We are very fortunate in Redondo Beach to have a city council and mayor who know the importance of a library. Mayor Jin and members of the City Council, on behalf of the Library Commission and the Friends of the Library and all of the residents who use this library, I want to thank you for adding to the quality of our lives in Redondo Beach with this new North Branch. And I want to thank you for recognizing that a library isn't a luxury, it's one of the necessities of life.
Thank you so much, Ruth. Next individual I'd like to introduce is President of our Library Foundation Board, Miss Rebecca Sargent. Rebecca is one of our longtime school board members as well. She has had just a tremendous and strong commitment to this project for many, many years as well. So Rebecca, please come forward, and thank you very, very much for being here today.
Thank you, Mayor Jan. You know, I look out at all the familiar faces here. I think of all the people that can't be with us, but I also think, just selfishly, because of all the years, 24 of them, that I spent on the school board, and all of the children that have come, who have gone, who were born here, who used this library and our South Redondo Library, all of the seniors who need this library, please know the Library Foundation is working tremendously hard to fulfill our commitment for the additional funds needed for this project. It's really with a heavy heart that I have to say that we have very mixed emotions today. The person who said to me, "What are you going to do with all your time now that you're leaving the school board?" And I said, "Gosh, I don't know." She can't be with us today. We lost our beloved Marilyn White, who served for many years as the vice president of the foundation board. I will always be indebted to her and to all of you who encouraged me in this project. This project is one that, as Ruth has shared with us, it isn't a luxury. We look forward to serving our community in a new site, bigger and better, in all the ways that we know they need a different kind of food. We foster lifelong learning in Redondo Beach in every aspect of everyone's lives. The programs that we can offer, in addition to the technology that will be first class here, will be second to none. Thank you all very much. On behalf of the Library Foundation, we thank you and we look forward to seeing you at our many activities and your continued support. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Becky. You know, Becky mentioned the late former District 5 Councilmember Marilyn White, and today is in many ways a very bittersweet day. She was absolutely correct. You know, we lost Marilyn late last year, and I always remember her passionate advocacy, not only for District 5 when she was on the City Council then, but really for this library. And she was a tireless advocate and tireless fighter to make sure that this would be rebuilt and this would be done, because it's such an important part of the life and culture of North Redondo and this particular area. And so she devoted a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of calls on the phone and letters to individuals to really make today possible. So I know that she may not be here physically, but I think we all know she's here in spirit. And representing her and her family here today, we're honored to have Joe White, her son, along with Maria, who's here as well. Thanks for being here.
On behalf of my mom, my wife Maria, and I would just like to thank Mayor Jim, the City Council, Redondo Beach Public Library Foundation for making one of my mom's dreams come true today. Thank you very much.
You know, this event, as I alluded to earlier, wouldn't have been possible without the support of the community. And it's not only, you know, the political support, but really the dollars. People reaching into their own pockets and seeing the need for a new library and seeing how it benefits not only folks that live here, but the generations that will live here in Redondo in the future for many years. And so there were many fundraisers that were held. There were things like small $10 donations and coins from buckets that were in businesses around here in North Redondo, managed by Sheila Cutkus and others. Sheila, thank you for being here today. And then let's give Sheila a big hand. Thank you, Sheila. But there were also, and they ranged from coins all the way up to thousands of dollars as well. And at this point in time, we want to introduce one of the individuals who was a major project owner, Mr. Scott Anastasi. And Scott's a well-known name around town, but his commitment and his company's commitment to this project, we are very grateful for Scott's large gift, as well as those that came from other foundations. One from Linda Duttonhaver, who's standing right here as well. Linda, thank you. But Scott, would you please come forward? Is Scott here? Oh, there you are. Come on up, Scott. Thanks.
Thank you, Mayor. And as the Mayor mentioned, Marilyn White making phone calls, she called my father about 5 years ago. My father, the wise man he is, said, call my son Scott. And so Marilyn and Jean took me to lunch and got me on the board. And it's been a wonderful experience for me personally. And we're very proud to be able to get our company involved. We made a large donation at the beginning of our involvement, and then recently we've committed $1,000 to every home we sell at our senior project we have down the street in Artesia, Breakwater Village. And so it's a wonderful day to be a part of Redondo Beach. This is the city's great foresight to show commitment and belief in our foundation that we'll continue on our private end, as well as the city doing their part. And what a great day to be in Redondo Beach.
You know, I alluded to Linda Duttonhaver before. Linda, do you want to come on up and say a couple words? Linda was also one of our major gifts, major donors, and really, and the great thing about Linda as well is that she really helped to keep us accountable as well. She made sure that things were on track, that her large donation was going to be well spent, and in fact would result in the day that we have here today. And so, Linda, we're grateful. We're grateful to you for your support. So, do you want to say a few words as well?
Today is a very special day. It's been a long road, and this means so much for our community, so much for the kids, so much for everyone who uses the library. It opens up worlds and provides new horizons for people. That libraries are just the coolest thing, and to make this happen in this community is a dream for me, as it was a dream for Marilyn and for many of you here. And I can't tell you how excited I am about today. So congratulations to all of you, and just a year and a half from now we will be celebrating once again a brand new facility. So thank you.
Thank you. You know, no project like this, no community project happens without the dedicated support of volunteers. And many of our volunteers have also been big donors as well. But we wanted to take a moment to honor and really thank the volunteers, the people that were getting, you know, the dolphins together to go dumping out by the pier. You know, Lee Fink was a big part of that as well. You know, the folks that helped at putting on the Ritz. You know, the people that helped sign people in. The folks that made those phone calls, you know, went to the printer to get the invitation. I saw Alice Taylor's. Alice here? Alice is back there. Saw her at the printer one time getting invitations done for putting on the Ritz. There are so many people that are here and also not here today that have represented the community just really coming together to make this project happen. And we, you know, we're so grateful for that. And so we wanted to have Mr. Barry Brennan as one of our Recreation and Parks Commissioners for many years, and a longtime volunteer in the city. He is also a reserve officer with the Redondo Beach Police Department as well, and has been a longtime advocate for this project and supporter. So Barry, please come on up. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. It is a bittersweet day today because my mentor and friend was the person that got me involved with this project. And it's funny because I would take a call from Marilyn or call her anytime I wanted, but on this particular day I really remember it well. She called me and said, let's go do lunch. I thought, ooh, it's kind of like getting called to the principal's office. What did I do wrong? So we went out and had lunch, and she was asking me to help with this project and get involved. And with that, I think I was just going to get married, just started a new job, was really looking for a way to kind of politely blow her off and say, yeah, it's just not working. Then we began to kind of talk about who's going to pay for the food. And Marilyn never wanted to allow anybody to pay for her, so there was always an arm wrestling match for that. So I was digging through my wallet, and out fell my library card. And I thought, ooh, this might be a bad karma thing to say. So I accepted it, and it's been a great way to get to meet members of the community, get everybody involved, and this really has been from the very, resident level all the way up to members of city council and the city to get this project to happen. And so I'm really excited to do that, and I'd just like to reiterate and thank everybody for that. And it's really important, and for me, I'm probably one of the last speakers, so I kind of want to close with a paraphrase of a Parliament song, "Let's tear this mother down." Thank you, Gary.
Before we close and set the tear the wall down, if you will, I wanted to give you a little bit of a sense of the history of this effort, and really why is it important to have a library in the first place. But these are some notes, and I got these from Gene Scully, and it really opened up my eyes to how this transformed. Friends of the Library has been a long supporter of this and funding different items and providing volunteers for different events. In 2001, our former city manager, Lou Garcia, sort of lit a flame as well and asked that the foundation would be willing to raise $400,000 as a local match if the city applied for a library bond. And it was discussed back and forth, and originally it was just going to be sort of like a remodel and doing a little addition to this existing building. And eventually said, you know what, we need to do more than that. In November of 2001, the council at that time approved funds for a conceptual design, and so the foundation got together and hired a consultant, I think it was Rob Webb, I don't know if Rob is here, to help educate all of us in terms of what fundraising is and how to do that. So the Friends got involved, the foundation got involved. There were numerous fundraising events, from book fairs, dolphin dashes, the Paint the Can donation, as I mentioned with Sheila earlier, putting on the Ritz, and local families also. There was a great article in The Breeze some time ago about a local family, with a picture of them and the money that they had raised to help fund this library. And unfortunately, I don't have that picture with me here, and I don't know if they might be here today. But it gives you a sense that everybody really wanted to make this happen, and that's one of the reasons why we're here today. And some people may say, well, why is a library so important? You've got the internet, you've got borders, and you've got things like that. But when you get right down to it, in this day of technology, this day of quick emails and things like that, and texting on our Blackberries, nothing can replace the written word. Nothing can replace what's in a book. And I like to call libraries sort of like the great equalizer, because it's an open environment. You have everybody goes into a library is in pursuit of learning, or maybe relaxation with a book, or listening to a tape. But ultimately, it's everybody is the same. There are no titles. Admittedly, we have sometimes some folks without a home that go into our main library as well. But that's the beauty of what a library is all about, is that it brings the community together as a community gathering place in pursuit of something that is meaningful to all of us, and that is the pursuit of learning and the pursuit of educating ourselves to really make ourselves a better person. And so libraries will never go away, and there will always be a need to have something like this. And that's why I'm so grateful to all of you, really for really helping to make this day possible. Just a current status, today's the beginning of the demolition. Beginning of March, we'll actually see the tearing down and the formal demo of the building. By July of 2009, July of this year, construction will begin. And the ribbon cutting to open the new North Branch will be in July of 2010. And you've got a conceptual design here, but also the council and I have directed that because this is a brand new building in our facility and our need to be more green and sustainable and energy efficient, we are going to make this building as green as we can to make it a showcase for future environmental sustainability issues here in our city, and to really set a great example as to the types of things we should do in the future. So I'm just really grateful for the council support of this, for all of your support. And with that, I think I'd like to call up Irving Pacheco. Irving, from Assemblymember Ted Lieu's office, has a presentation he'd like to make as well. Irving? Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Irving, and I come on behalf of Assemblymember Ted Lieu, and the Assemblyman sends his best wishes for this collaborative project that the city, the residents, the neighborhood put together to ensure that the residents have a place to come and read and have all the possibilities in the world as they learn about new things and do their research. With that, I'd like to present the certificate for just the break-in. So we want to come back when it's completed sometime in the near future. So congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Irene, and thank the Assembly member for us as well. Okay, with that, now, I think I need somebody to cue me for what we're going to do. Okay.